This is chapter number 10, Vector Algebra. Here we are discussing the miscellaneous examples. Write all the unit vectors in xy plane. So what are the unit vectors in xy plane? Whenever we are talking about xy plane, z is equal to 0. So we have a Cartesian coordinate system, x and y. And we have a r vector, the magnitude is 1. So when we make a circle of unit radius, this point, which is the P, so the x coordinate and y coordinate, how do we represent it with respect to this theta or r? So x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. So how do we write this? R will be equal to xi plus yj. So this is a unit vector in xy plane. And from the figure it's quite clear, x is x 1 cos theta, y is 1 sin theta, because the magnitude of r is 1. Now we may write this vector r with an arrow above is a vector. So which is represented by OP here. It is cos theta plus I sin theta with I in j. What is the magnitude? Under root of cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1. So this is the mod. Mod basically it's the magnitude. One more thing important here is, since theta is starting from 0, it goes up to 360. So 0 to 2 pi. So this P point, which is an imaginary point we are taking, this is tracing a circle counterclockwise. And these are all the possible directions which it is covering. So we have 3. 1, 2, 3. These are the position vectors of point A, B, C. No, they are 4. So A, B, C, D. So there are the position vector. We have to find the angle between A, B and C, D. These are vectors. And we have to deduce that A, B and C, D are collinear. Please understand the angle between this vector A, B and C, D. Then this theta is the angle between A, B vector and C, D vector. So A, B, C, D are lines, but when we have an arrow on this, we are talking about directions also. So the angles remains the same. So AB vector will be what? We'll have to take the position vector of B and we have to subtract the position vector of A. That is 2i plus 5j is for B and I plus j plus k is for A. Then we subtract them. We get I plus 4j minus k. Then we will take the magnitude, that is take the coefficient of I, j, k, square them, add them, take the under root, 3 root 2. Same thing we are going to do with the CD. Take the position vector of D, position vector of C, subtract them. So then we take the magnitude, take the coefficient of I, j, k and square and add. Then what is the cos theta? We already discussed about this. AB dot CD by AB and CD magnitude. So just put these value. AB and CD we have to take the dot product. Just take the dot product and denominator you have to multiply AB and CD magnitude. So you get minus 1 here. Now theta is lying between 0 and 180 degree. So theta will be equal to pi, because cos theta is negative 1. That is theta is equal to pi. So this means that AB and CD are what? They are collinear. So we have deduced by the angle that they are collinear. That is lying on the same line. Let ABC be 3 vectors such that the magnitudes are given 3, 4, 5 for ABC. And each one of them being perpendicular to the sum of the other two. And then we have to find A plus B plus C, these vectors. And then we have to take the magnitude. So how do we do this? See, we know that A dot B plus C is 0, B dot C plus A is 0, C dot A plus B is 0. This is given because these are the 3 vectors and they are each one of them being perpendicular to the sum of the other two. This is given. Then we'll take because we have to find A, B, C, so we'll just take the addition and then square them. While we are doing this, we'll take the value of A plus B plus C, square means we are taking the dot product, and we will properly take the multiplication here, dot product. So A dot B plus C, like this, every A has to be multiplied by ABC, B has to be multiplied by ABC, and C has to be multiplied by ABC, but we have to take care of the dot product. But we know that because the question is saying that these 3 are 0, which I told you that these are given. Only A square, B square, C square are remaining. And since we know the magnitude of vector A, just square them, add them. 3 vectors A, B, C satisfy the condition A plus B plus C equals 0. Evaluate the quantity mu, which is A dot B, B dot C, C dot A, and the magnitude of A, B, C are already given. Okay. So since this A and B and C, this is equal to 0 is given, so we take the dot product of this with A. So what do we get? Just take the dot product, that is A dot A dot B, A dot C. And since we have this A dot B, A dot C, you can just take A dot A on the right hand side, because we know A dot A square, the value of this is given. So this is square, 1 square, negative of this will be negative 1. Same thing we are going to do with B, and same thing we are going to do with this C. Okay. So A dot this thing, B dot this thing, and C dot this thing. So what do we get? We have A, B, B, A, C, A, B, B, C, right? So just what you can do is you can just combine them. Negative 1, negative 16 and negative 4 will also be combined. So this final, this is equal to mu, and mu, because this mu is this only. So negative 21 by 2 will be mu. This is going to be the final answer. If with reference to the right-handed system of mutually perpendicular unit vectors I, j and k, alpha is given as 3i minus j and beta is given as 2i plus j minus 3k, then express beta in the form of beta 1 plus beta 2. Beta 1 is parallel to alpha, beta 2 is perpendicular to alpha. So we'll assume beta 1, we'll try to find out beta 2 with beta 1 and beta, and then we'll apply the perpendicularity scenario, right? So this is how we are going to, because alpha and beta are already given. So because beta 1 is parallel to alpha, we can write beta 1 equals some scalar alpha. Beta 1 is alpha into some scalar lambda. So just multiply this lambda with this beta 1. Beta 1 will be lambda into alpha. So 3i minus j. So 3 lambda i minus lambda j. So how to get beta 2? Beta 2 is simply, you can just take it beta 1 on the left hand side. So beta 2 will be beta minus beta 1. Beta is already given. Beta 1 we have already assumed, 3 lambda I minus lambda j. You get B2. Now beta 2 is perpendicular to alpha. So take the alpha, take the beta 2 and multiply them. That is dot product. From here we are going to get alpha. That is, take alpha, take beta 2 and do this dot product. So when we multiply this, we are going to get the value of lambda. And now lambda, just put this value lambda in beta 2 and beta 1, because beta 1 was already assumed. Beta 2 already be found out by beta and beta 1. So just put this value here. So you get beta 1 and beta 2 as these values, 3 by 2 I minus half j, and beta 2 is half 3 by 2 minus 3 I j k. So let us summarize what we have discussed. First is the position vector of a point p, x, y, z. This is given by OP with a bar on it, that is an arrow on it, which is r, xi plus yj plus zk. What is the magnitude? Just take the under root and square the coefficient of ijk and add them. The scalar component of a vector are its direction ratios and represent its projection along the respective axis. So the scalar component of vector, that is, a vector has a scalar component and direction component also. The magnitude are direction ratios A, B, C and direction cosines L, M, N. How they are related of any vector? L is A by R, M is B by R and N is C by R. This is how magnitude, direction ratios and direction cosines are related to each other. The vector sum of 3 sides of a triangle taken in order is 0. Because ultimately you are coming back to that particular point from where you started. That is why the vector sum is 0. The vector sum of 2 co-initial vectors is given by the diagonal of the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are the given vectors. And the multiplication of a vector by a scalar lambda changes the magnitude of a vector by the multiple of lambda. That is, twice of that will become twice, quadruple multiplied by 4 and keeps the direction same. Right? If you multiply it with negative, the direction will be changed. For a given vector A, the vector A, that is A cap, is given by the A vector divided by the magnitude, and this is called the unit vector in the direction of this A vector. This is the unit vector. The position vector of point R dividing a line segment joining the points P and Q, whose position vectors are A and B respectively in the ratio m is to n. So there is a point which is dividing this in the ratio m is to n. A and B are the position vectors of P and Q. So internally, if it is NA plus MB by M plus N, and M are scalars, A and B are vectors. And if it is dividing it externally, it will be MB minus NA by M minus N. If theta is the angle between two vectors A and B, what is the cross product? A into B, A cross B is magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and sine theta in between these two vectors. And there will be n cap also. This n cap is actually the unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane joining A and B. Wherever AB is there, this n cap will be in the direction which is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. So this A, B and n vector, they are going to find or form a right-handed system of coordinate axis. If we have two vectors A and B given in component form, what is the component form? A, M and I, A to J, A 3K, like this B also. And lambda is a scalar. So when you add this, you will add the coefficient of I, then J, then K. When you multiply it with lambda, just multiply every coefficient with lambda. And when you take the dot product, you know what to do this. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3. And A cross B is some like this. We just discussed I, J, K. This is a vectoric form. Okay, miscellaneous discussion we had. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself.